Some stories are disturbing because they're brutal. Others are disturbing because they're quiet. This one is disturbing because it should never have happened. This is Crime Scene Archives. For most people, panthers exist at a distance. They're something you see on warning signs, in documentaries, or on grainy trail camera footage. Never something you expect to encounter face to face. But in parts of the world, and increasingly in parts of the United States, panthers live closer than people realize. And when encounters happen, they don't begin with sound, they begin with silence. Panthers, also known as mountain lions or cougars, are among the most efficient ambush predators on Earth. They don't roar before attacking. They don't growl to warn you off. They don't chase prey across open ground. They watch. A panther can remain motionless for over an hour, tracking movement, waiting for posture, distance, and vulnerability to align. In human attacks, the victim almost never hears the animal approach. By the time they realize something is wrong, the panther is already airborne. The victim in this case was not doing anything reckless. They weren't trespassing. They weren't feeding wildlife. They weren't provoking an animal. They were moving through an area locals considered safe, a place people walked, jogged, and passed through regularly. That assumption mattered, because predators don't see safety the way humans do. Investigators later determined the panther had likely been in the area for days, possibly weeks, unnoticed, watching. There were no screams reported. No witnesses saw the initial attack. The evidence suggested the panther approached from behind, using terrain and vegetation for cover. The first strike was aimed at the neck. That's not accidental. Panthers are built to kill quickly. Their goal is to incapacitate prey instantly, cutting off oxygen or severing critical blood flow. This wasn't a prolonged struggle. It was a calculated ambush, driven by instinct. Unlike bears or wolves, panthers don't attack defensively in most fatal cases. These are predatory attacks. That distinction matters. Predatory attacks mean the animal is hunting, the human has been identified as prey. The attack continues until interrupted or completed. In these cases, playing dead doesn't help. Running makes it worse. Turning your back can trigger the attack, and the victim rarely gets a second chance. Wildlife officials examining the case pointed to a familiar pattern. The panther involved was underweight, not sick, not injured, hungry. As human development expands, panthers are pushed into smaller territories. Prey becomes scarce. Hunting ranges overlap with human movement. The animal wasn't aggressive by nature. It was adapting. And adaptation, in this case, ended with a human life lost once the attack was confirmed. Wildlife response teams were deployed. The panther was tracked using signs left at the scene, trail data, and monitoring equipment. It was later located and euthanized. This is standard procedure. Once a wild predator successfully attacks a human, it cannot be safely relocated or released. The risk of repeat behavior is too high. The decision is final, for the animal and the victim alike. Panther attacks are rare. That rarity is exactly what makes them dangerous. People don't prepare for what they don't believe will happen. There were no warning signs this day, no alert system, no second chance. Just instinct colliding with assumption. This case wasn't about recklessness. It wasn't about provocation. It was about proximity. Humans expanding into predator territory. Predators adapting to human presence. And a moment where those worlds overlapped. The result was inevitable. Most people will never see a panther. The victims usually don't either. That's the danger. This has been Crime Scene Archives.